Donald Trump's private 757 was once the gold standard of presidential luxury, but when Vladimir Putin's aircraft broke the Arctic silence this August, even Trump admitted it was on another level. This wasn't just a plane. It was a flying Kremlin, a fortress in the sky built to intimidate the world. On the night of August 17, 2025, Anchorage, Alaska became the stage for one of the most carefully orchestrated arrivals in modern diplomacy. Under the cover of the polar night, RA 96023, a gleaming white Il-96 300PU, descended toward Ted Stevens International Airport. Behind it, two more identical Il-96s, each a potential decoy. Encircling far above, radar watchers picked up a shadow of Russian fighter escorts, silent guardians of a man whose movements are never left to chance. To onlookers, the plane's arrival felt ordinary, almost quiet. But for those who knew what they were seeing, this was spectacle disguised as routine. A $700 million airborne command center had just touched down on U.S. soil, carrying a leader whose power extends beyond borders. And that was just the outside. Most nations have one presidential jet. Putin has 5. Each Il-96 300PU in his fleet is nearly indistinguishable, painted in Russia's state livery, equipped with identical systems, and maintained to the same exacting standard. This isn't excess, it's survival. Every time the Russian president travels, multiple jets are prepared, routes are cleared, and flight plans are deliberately obscured. On international trips, several aircraft depart almost simultaneously, forcing anyone tracking them to guess which one carries the man himself. Anchorage was no different. Alongside RA 96023, tail numbers RA 96018 and RA 96019 were also in the air, creating what spotters call a phantom formation. While one jet descended into Alaska, others remained aloft, circling beyond radar coverage. To potential adversaries, this is a nightmare, a moving shell game in the sky, backed by a state willing to spend hundreds of millions of dollars just to ensure one man's safety. This tactic isn't new, but its execution has reached a level of sophistication unmatched by any other world leader. It's not just about evading a missile, it's about making sure no one ever knows where Putin is until he chooses to appear. But how do you defend one man against a world of threats?
Beneath its diplomatic paint lies a machine built for endurance and dominance. The Il-96 300PU is no ordinary airliner. It's a masterpiece of Soviet design, refined over decades to serve as Russia's ultimate airborne sanctuary. Stretching 55.35 meters in length with a 60.12-meter wingspan, this four-engine giant can reach speeds of 900 kilometers an hour and travel over 10,000 kilometers without refueling. And if that's not enough, it's equipped with in-flight refueling capabilities, allowing it to stay airborne for as long as necessary, days if required. The cockpit rivals those of advanced military aircraft. A glass cockpit with multifunction LCD displays, fly-by-wire controls, and Cat 3A landing systems allows the plane to land in blizzards, fog, or blackout conditions. For a leader presiding over a country that spans 11 time zones, this is not luxury, it's necessity. The sheer amount of fuel it carries, 152,620 liters, makes it a flying fortress of stamina, able to leap continents without pause. Every nut, every rivet serves one purpose: to ensure that no matter the crisis, Vladimir Putin can remain beyond reach and in command. Yet, raw performance alone isn't what makes this plane feared. What truly sets the Il-96 300PU apart isn't how far it can fly, it's how impossible it is to bring down. Hidden beneath its smooth white fuselage lies an arsenal of defensive technology. At its core is a laser-based directed infrared countermeasure system, capable of detecting and destroying incoming missiles before they reach the aircraft. This is not theory, this is operational, tested, and ready at a moment's notice. The jet's exterior is coated in radar-absorbing material, making it far more elusive to enemy tracking systems. Combined with an advanced electronic warfare suite, it can jam hostile communications, scramble targeting systems, and render guided weapons useless. To any aggressor, engaging this aircraft is like chasing a ghost, one that fights back. Even in worst-case scenarios, the IL-96-300PU is prepared. The cabin is hermetically sealed, with filtration systems designed to withstand chemical and biological attacks. In a hostile environment, this aircraft becomes a self-contained world, capable of sustaining its passengers indefinitely. This is why Putin can fly into regions others would never dare, because this jet isn't just transportation, it's survival on wings. And inside, the fortress becomes a throne.
Step beyond the armored shell, and the IL-96-300PU transforms from fortress to palace. This is not a cabin, it's a statement of power. The moment you enter, the stark white exterior gives way to neoclassical interiors designed to project Russian heritage. Walnut veneers, gold-trimmed fixtures, and embossed panels in the national colors line the walls. This isn't just about comfort, it's about image. Every inch tells visiting dignitaries that they are stepping onto Russian soil no matter the altitude. At the heart lies a private presidential office, complete with secure communication lines and room for top-level strategy sessions. Behind it, a conference hall hosts briefings with advisors. There's a dining room with full kitchen facilities, a mini gym to maintain stamina on long flights, and a medical suite ready for emergencies. Even the bedroom, with its king-sized bed, is more than luxury. It's a necessity for a leader who might cross 11 time zones in a single day. The attention to detail is surgical. Putin personally approved interior features, from the ergonomic leather chairs to the filtered airflow systems ensuring a clean, secure environment. This is where diplomacy, strategy, and survival converge at 35,000 feet. But this throne doesn't just serve comfort, it commands power. The IL-96-300PU is more than a palace, it's a war room with wings. Deep within its cabin lies the heart of Russia's airborne government, a secure command center capable of directing the nation's military in real time. Its communication systems aren't just encrypted, they're quantum secured, making interception nearly impossible. Through a network of satellite uplinks and hardened data channels, Putin can issue orders to troops, coordinate with nuclear forces, and maintain contact with every branch of government, even in the midst of global conflict. This capability transforms the aircraft into something far beyond a VIP jet. It is designed to keep Russia's chain of command intact, no matter what happens on the ground. In an era of cyber warfare and high-tech attacks, the IL-96-300PU is built to operate in electromagnetically hostile environments, with redundant systems that can function even when conventional networks fail. In the event of a catastrophic strike on Moscow, this plane becomes the Kremlin, aloft, alive, and untouchable. It ensures that Putin never loses the ability to govern, retaliate, or negotiate. To those watching from the outside, it's just another arrival, but to those who understand, it's a floating ultimatum. And the world sees that ultimatum every time this jet appears on foreign soil. Every appearance of the IL-96-300PU is calculated theater. When it landed in Anchorage this August, it wasn't just a diplomatic arrival, it was a message. Russia had crossed the polar skies, uninvited, flanked by fighters, to meet a former U.S. president on American soil. The optics were undeniable. Moscow's leader arriving not as a guest, but as an equal power player, cloaked in steel and secrecy. This is how Putin uses his aircraft. Each flight is a performance of statecraft. When RA-96014 touched down in Pyongyang earlier this summer, it signaled deepening ties with North Korea. When multiple identical jets appear on radar over Europe, it shows Russia's ability to operate under layers of deception. Even gifting an Aurus Senat limousine to Kim Jong-un fits the pattern. Luxury used as diplomacy, technology as influence. The plane's design amplifies this narrative. The neoclassical interiors project cultural pride, while the defensive systems whisper, "We are untouchable." It's not just about moving a leader from point A to point B. It's about demonstrating that Russia can project power anywhere, anytime. Every touchdown is a statement, every departure a reminder. And when the wheels leave the tarmac, the protection only grows stronger. The moment Putin steps off the IL-96-300PU, another masterpiece takes over, the Aurus Senat limousine.
Like the aircraft, it is more than transportation. It is a fortress on wheels. Built under Russia's Cortege project, the Senat was designed to replace foreign-made state cars, embodying national pride and technological self-reliance. At over 6.6 meters long and weighing more than 6,000 kilograms, this machine is a moving bunker. Its VR-10 certified armor can withstand armor-piercing rifle fire and powerful explosive blasts. Beneath its reinforced shell lies a 4.4-liter twin-turbine V8 hybrid, delivering 598 horsepower, with an even more formidable V12 variant capable of 850 horsepower. For a vehicle this heavy, acceleration is instant, a vital feature when seconds can mean survival. The interior is just as deliberate as the jets. Hand-stitched leather, wood inlays, climate control zones, and satellite-linked communications. The cabin is hermetically sealed with its own oxygen supply, enabling survival through chemical, biological, or radiological attacks. Anchorage 2025 showcased the full spectacle. The jet taxiing to a secure hangar, the Senat rolling out moments later, flanked by armored escorts, air and ground, perfectly synchronized.
Behind the spectacle of jets and limousines lies a machinery of security few can comprehend. Every trip Putin takes is an operation involving hundreds of personnel, multiple agencies, and layers of contingency planning. Before the IL-96-300PU even leaves Moscow, routes are scouted, refueling stops pre-cleared, and backup airfields secured. Each flight is shadowed by support aircraft, and if required, can call in up to 68 fighter jets to form a protective shield. On the ground, advanced teams coordinate with local forces, sweep locations for threats, and prepare escape routes. The aircraft itself is maintained to a standard bordering on obsession. If even a minor fault arises, a flickering display, a loose seat hinge, the plane can be swapped for another in the fleet within hours. Redundancy isn't optional, it's policy. This level of preparation carries staggering costs, financial, logistical, and political. But for the Kremlin, it's worth every ruble. The message is clear. Putin must remain untouchable no matter the price. And yet, as global tensions rise and conflicts simmer, one question lingers. What happens when even this fortress might not be enough? Anchorage 2025 was more than a meeting, it was a warning. The IL-96-300PU's arrival over Alaska, cloaked in secrecy and power, showed that Russia's leader can project strength anywhere. Yet, behind that display lies a future growing more uncertain. Rumors swirl of the IL-96-400M, a next-generation upgrade rumored to carry even greater range, more advanced electronic warfare systems, and entirely new defensive technologies. If true, it would elevate the flying Kremlin from fortress to near myth. But even as Russia sharpens its tools, the world around it grows sharper still. Hypersonic missiles, satellite-killing weapons, cyber warfare capable of blinding even the most secure systems. For now, Putin's fleet reigns supreme. Each time RA-96023 lifts off, it reminds adversaries that Russia's leader is shielded by layers of steel, secrecy, and strategy. But the question isn't how strong his defenses are today. It's how long they can remain unbreached in a world racing toward faster, deadlier, more invisible threats. And as the IL-96 disappears once again into the polar sky, one thought lingers like contrails over the horizon. When the next great test comes, will even this flying Kremlin be enough?